Our lesson today is on multiplication, and we are going to look at what is multiplication. Here I have some balloons. I have 2 balloons. And my friend, Miss Anne, is going to help me with this lesson. So Miss Anne also has 2 balloons. So as you can see here, I have 2 balloons and Miss Anne has 2 balloons. How many balloons do we have altogether? We have 4 balloons. Now you noticed we have 2 added to 2. We have 1 set of 2 and we have 2 sets of 2. We refer to this as repeated addition. When we repeat something, as you would know, you do it over and over again. So we added 2 times. So we repeated it. So we can say that we have 2 sets of 2. I have 1 set of 2 balloons and Miss Anne has 1 set of 2 balloons. And when we add it, we get 4. Now there's another way of saying this. We could replace the words sets of with the multiplication sign. And the multiplication sign looks like an X. So instead of saying 2 sets of 2, we could say 2 multiplied by 2. And the answer is 4. So here we have our balloons. And we just said that 2 multiplied by 2 will give us 4. We said the multiplication sign means sets of. So we have 1 set, 2 sets, 2 sets of 2. Or we could say 2 multiplied by 2. Or we could say 2 times 2. And they all mean the same thing. I have another helper, my friend Miss Alicia, and Miss Alicia also has 2 balloons. So we are going to see how many balloons we have. So I have 2 balloons. Miss Anne has 2 balloons. And Miss Alicia has 2 balloons. And if you count up the balloons, you will see we have 6 balloons. So we have 2 added 2 added 2. And remember, that is called repeated addition. We are repeating the numbers. So we have 1 set of 2, 2 sets of 2, 3 sets of 2. We have 3 sets of 2. And remember, we could replace the words sets of with a multiplication sign. So we say 3 multiplied by 2 or 3 times 2. So that multiplication sign means sets of. Here I have a birthday cake. How many candles do you see on my cake? And my friend Miss Alicia, she also has a birthday cake. Look at the candles on her cake. So I have 3 candles on my cake and Miss Alicia has 3 candles on her cake. And if we count them up, we will get 6. So we have 3 added 3 equals 6. So we have 1 set of 3, 2 sets of 3. Do you see that in the picture? 2 sets of 3. And we are going to replace sets of with the multiplication sign. So we say we have 2 multiplied by 3 or 2 times 3. And our answer is 6. So we are going to be joined by Miss Anne. And Miss Anne also has a cake with 3 candles. So I have 3 candles on my cake. Miss Alicia has 3 candles, and Miss Anne has 3 candles. And if we count it up, we will get 9. So we are adding 3 over and over. Remember, it is called repeated addition. So how many sets of 3 do we have? We have 1 set of 3, 2 sets of 3s, 3 sets of 3s, 3 sets of 3. And we replace sets of with the multiplication sign. So 3 sets of 3 is also equal to 3 multiplied by 3, or 3 times 3. So here we have some fingers, and we are going to count our fingers. We have 4 hands. So in the first hand we have 5 fingers, then 5 fingers, 5 fingers, and 5 fingers. And we use our repeated addition. 5, add 5, add 5, add 5. And I know that you all know how to count in 5s. So you have 5, add 5 is equal to 10, add 5, 15, add 5 is 20. So we have 20 fingers. How many sets of 5 do we have? We have 1 set of 5, 2 sets, 3 sets, 4 sets of 5. And we are going to replace sets of with our multiplication sign. 4 multiplied by 5, or 4 times 5 is equal to 20. Here we are going to add some cherries using repeated addition. So we have 2, add 2, add 2, add 2, add 2, add 2. And if you count it up, you are going to get 12. So how many sets of 2 do we have? We have 1 set of 2, 2 sets, 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets, 6 sets. 6 sets of 2. And we are going to replace the words sets of with the multiplication sign. So we have 6 multiplied by 2, or 6 times 2. So we have some dogs, and we are going to count their legs. So we have 4 legs, add 4 legs, add 4 legs. And that is equal to 12 legs. Remember our repeated addition. 4, add 4, add 4. How many sets of 4 do we have? We have 1 set of 4, 2 sets of 4, 3 sets of 4. And instead of saying sets of, we replace it with the multiplication sign. 3 multiplied by 4, or 3 times 4, and that gives us 12. Here we have some sneakers, and we are going to count our sneakers. So there are 2 sneakers in one pair. So we have 2, add 2, add 2, add 2, and that will give us 8. Right? So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. Now how many sets of 2 do we have? We have 1 set of 2, 2 sets of 2, 3 sets of 2, 4 sets of 2. So we have 4 sets of 2. And we are going to replace the words sets of with the multiplication sign. So 4 sets of 2 is the same as 4 multiplied by 2, or 4 times 2. And the answer is 8. So today we learned about multiplication. For example, we have 3 multiplied by 2. We learned that multiplication also means sets of. So 3 multiplied by 2 means 3 sets of 2. And it also means repeated addition. So we have 3 sets of 2. 2, add 2, add 2. So here we have a sum. 2 multiplied by 5. Now we have learned that the multiplication sign means sets of. So we could say that we have 2 sets of 5. So if we have 2 sets of 5, it means that we have 5 add 5 using our repeated addition. And then we are going to draw our sets. So we have 1 set of 5, 2 sets of 5. And boys and girls, if you all have craft sticks at home, you could use your sticks or straws or buttons or bottle covers to actually make your sets. So you could make 2 sets of 5. And when you add it, you are going to get 10. So 2 multiplied by 5 means 2 sets of 5. So you make your 2 sets of 5 and you count it up and your answer is 10. Let's do another one. 4 multiplied by 4. So we know multiplied means sets of. So we have 4 sets of 4. 4 sets of 4 means 4 add 4 add 4 add 4. We are adding 4 times using our repeated addition. And then we could make our sets. 1 set of 4, 2 sets of 4, 3 sets of 4, 4 sets of 4. And when you count it up, you are going to get 16. So use whatever manipulatives you have at home and make your sets. I have an exercise for you to do. I will do an example first. So if I have 2 multiplied by 3, this is the way you are going to write it in your books. 2 multiplied by 3 is the same as 2 sets of 3. Then we use our repeated addition. We have our 2 sets of 3. Then we draw our sets. And your answer is 6. So this is the exercise and you are going to do each one using these steps. I have come to the end of my video for today. And remember children, never stop learning, because when we stop learning, we stop growing.